Peace everyone. So we're going to review the footage from yesterday's march in London, the so-called Million March, anti-lockdown march, and we're going to go through the footage and I'm going to show you people that I recognise and hopefully you recognise as well. And what you're going to see is that most of them are connected. Most of them do have what I would call questionable agendas and motivation. So let's get on with it. The first person we're going to see is actually going to be Piers Corbyn. So I will pause it when we see him, okay? So there were a lot of people there yesterday, which is great to see. During the day, I think everything was okay. Just normal people. It's when it got to around 8 o'clock, that's when the numbers would dwindle down, and in fact most of the actors were there instead. So talking about actors, we've got Piers Corbyn here. Now Piers Corbyn is connected to several people. Off the top of my head, let's say Sasha Johnson, Tapman and Grey Bleeder, and these three people actually incite violence against the police. Okay, simple as that. They antagonise and they're provocateurs. So he is connected to those three people, at least, that do that. So what I wanted to know from Piers Corbyn is, does he promote these people based upon their behaviour of inciting aggression and violence? Now remember, he's supposed to be candidate for the next Mayor of London. So everyone who's in his entourage should be accountable for. We should know who they are, what they represent, what their past was, etc, etc. So I'd like to know who Tapman is, I'd like to know who Grey Bleeder is, and I'd like to know, Piers Corbyn, why you are connecting yourself to people like Sasha Johnson, who's an agent provocateur, who wishes to incite violence against the police, who wishes to defund the police, okay? Now, defund the police is the same thing as New World Order. It's just a way of bringing it in without you thinking it is what it is. Simple as that. So that's Piers Corbyn. We've already spotted straight away. Now we're going to spot someone else as well very soon. So let's get on with it now. Wow, you're so inspiring, Piers Corbyn. Right, so behind this blonde woman, you have David Kurten. Yeah, so with the one who looks like Uncle Phil from, you know, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Now, David Kurten has very strong connections to Israel. So can he be described as a Zionist? That's something we should find out. He does have pictures, which I've showed on my channel, of him in Israeli parliament, okay, as a guest. So that's a question to ask. What are his connections to Israel? Secondly, he has connections to Resistance GB, who is another politician who got kicked out of the Conservatives for making racist comments. He also likes to incite religious division by mocking religious groups. Yeah. Now that again is provable from the clothes that he wears. He wore a t-shirt depicting an image of the Prophet Muhammad, which obviously if you're in the Muslim faith, it's not something that you know would like. And I respect people's privacy to pray and get on with it without, as long as they don't hurt anyone. I don't have a problem with anyone's faith, as simple as that. So I'm not going to go around mocking people's religion like Resistance GB has done. So that's David Kurten. That's who he's connected to. Not only is he connected to Israel, he's also connected to Resistance GB, who incites religious tension against Islam. Simple as that, really. I can't make it much clearer for some of you than that, really. So if you don't think it's important that we expose people who are trying to divide the whole country, then you're either an idiot or you're part of it. Either way, I don't want you in my room and on my channel. So if you are part of this or you're stupid, you don't belong here. We only want people who are intelligent, know what's going on, are going to try and stop it. So don't be telling me not to expose this person or not expose that. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it, but you're not going to tell me what I do with my channel. If you've got such an opinion, make your own channel and put your videos on there. How about that? Simple as that. Okay, so that was David Curtin. Who else are we going to see now? 1 second. Okay, so the next person that I've spotted is here on the right hand side. So you see you've got the guy wearing the hat, glasses and a bloody balaclava thing. Well, the man next to him, the white guy, all in black, I have seen him so many times in events such as Tommy Robinson events. I've seen him at Trafalgar Square, 26th of September, stood next to all the people that we believe to be actors. So sooner or later, when we see you stood next to the same people over and over again, we're going to start connecting you. For example, if people started showing photos of me stood next to some mafia underworld boss, yeah, everyone would have the right to question me. Why are you standing next to that guy, John Overkill? Do you know who he is? Do you know what he represents? Now, I could only feign ignorance and say, sorry, I didn't know. But if I do know who he is, and I still wish to debate, to enter dialogue with him, then that looks very bad on me. Okay? So they say guilty by association, don't they? Yeah, so that's that guy on the right hand side. So there's another one. Let's have a look, see if we find any more. 1 second. Okay, so we have now spotted another one. Now, right at the front in a light blue polo shirt, sort of on the right hand side, yeah, that is the guy that I made a video about the other day. Now, again, he has been spotted many times. He was at Trafalgar Square, 26th of September, and he was next to all the people that we consider to be actors. So he was there, stood next to Tatman, for example. Yeah, he was amongst it all. So he had a massive part to play, and if you wanted to hazard a guess, you'd say that maybe he's part of it as well. Okay, so there we go again. We've spotted him here on the right hand side. So that's another one. Okay. Okay. So here's where it gets very interesting. So there's probably about 5 here. So let's start on the right hand side. Can you see the light blue polo shirt and then a cap? Yeah. So light blue polo shirt and then a Trump cap. Basically, that's what he's wearing. Now, I made a video about this guy. He's got a lot of history. He's the one that you will have spotted a couple of years ago walking around literally in a Trump mask, carrying a star-spangled banner, walking through London. Yeah, not England, not America, but actually London. Yeah, so he was actually wearing a latex mask with Trump on it, carrying a massive star-spangled banner. So obviously a Trump fan. I also believe him to be far right as well, like Tommy Robinson fan as well. And I'd say some of the stuff that he does is very, very divisive. Yeah, he'd also be on the Brexit marches, like antagonising people who didn't want to leave Brexit, who didn't want Brexit as well. So what it seems is just there to sort of, provoke, a classic agent provocateur. Now, in front of light blue polo shirt, we have another gentleman who I've spotted many times as well, and he was even interviewed by Banana Man as well, so I think that tells you a lot. Okay, seen him in a lot of events that look a bit dodgy. Okay, so that's 2, and then so you got light blue polo shirt, and then on the left hand side in the white t-shirt and cap, that's Spectrum, and Spectrum is the one I made a video about yesterday. You'll see him laughing manically. It's very disturbing. I encourage you to watch that video because I think that sums him up very eloquently in his own words and own behaviour. So that's Spectrum, who is very good friends with Subject Access. Now, behind Spectrum in the white t-shirt and the baseball cap is Steve the Atheist. So that's the guy in grey hair with a dark jacket. He's also connected to Subject Access as well. He's actually a mod on Subject Access. He is also someone who I would say, and the Muslim community would agree, that he has anti-Islam agenda as well. And he has also backed people who who seem to be agent provocateurs as well. So that's 2 people there connected to Subject Access straight off the bat. Okay, now if you look to the left hand side, two white guys in white, yeah? So you got the guy in the white hoodie, and then you got the guy with bald head and white t-shirt. The bald head and white t-shirt seems to me to be that guy who was in the papers, who owns a gym where they tried to close him down because of, you know, restrictions. So that seems to be him as well. So what we're talking about now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 just on that screen there. 5 people that I would love to question and ask them a few questions, put it that way. So here we can see them a bit better. Okay, so you got the polo shirt, two light blue polo shirts, funny enough. Yeah. The older man with the baseball cap next to the light blue polo shirt, and then Steve the Atheist, who is this man here with the grey hair, looking at the man with the Stella Artois. Okay, so what's funny about this is that 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, I believe they were part of the 26th September Trafalgar Square so-called protest, possibly even the 19th as well. Okay, now the guy in the light blue polo shirt with the baseball cap, he was actually in Daily Mail, stood next to Tapman. So again, that tells you a lot, doesn't it? Birds of a feather flock together. The actor community. Yeah. So okay. So basically it was all going well, and then they came to Hyde Park, and what it seems like is Hyde Park was their place where they were going to stage, you know, altercations, police scuffles, violence, etc. So what we'll do is we'll have a quick look at it now. So basically it's just one big sort of melee. Now what I want you to do is actually focus on the amount of people who are smiling and laughing. Now if this was a real event, you wouldn't be laughing and smiling. You'd probably be quite anxious and stressed. That's my opinion. So is there anyone that we recognise in this shot here? Well, yes there is. Next to the guy in the grey hoodie at the top, you have Free Hugs and you have Resistance GB. I've already spoken about Resistance GB. Now Free Hugs is the big guy there with the sort of ginger beard, and he has been part of this from day one. And if you were going to pick someone who could be part of staged events because of their physicality, it would be him. Okay, so that's 2 there spotted already. Okay. Right, so I have spotted someone else here on the right. So you see this guy with the Heineken can. You see the man next to him there in the black hoodie. That's Based Welshman, or as I like to call him, Biased Welshman. And wouldn't you know, he's also connected to Subject Access. I mean, just such a coincidence. And he also, I would say, is far right, and is also part of the Tommy Robinson event, and also has anti-Islamic agenda. So that's Steve the Atheist, Biased Welshman, David Curtin. It's just, come on now, can you not see the pattern? Can you not see the pattern now? Like I said, just have a look around, look at all the faces. There's a few of them where they look like they're just smiling and think it's a laugh, yeah? Right, see this woman here with blonde hair next to the older man? Does she look like she's worried to you? Or does she look like she's finding it funny? Again, if this was a real scuffle, would people be sort of smiling and laughing about it, or would they be concerned that they might be in danger? And there's subject access with the shades on the right hand side. Now look at his face. Does he look like he's anxious and stressed out about the situation? No, he looks like he thinks it's funny. So on the right hand side with the hoodie and the shades, that's subject access. And then, like I said, he thinks it's funny. And it's funny how he stood right next to Resistance GB as well, isn't it? So right on the top, right hand side with the shades, that's subject access. To the left of him, Resistance GB. To the left of him, free hugs. Okay. Also, we had Biased Welshman there as well. Okay. So let's carry on. That woman in orange was walking around picking bits of rubbish up during the police scuffle. Are you serious? I didn't spot that until now. Right, watch the woman in orange. Look, she's picking bits of rubbish up off the floor in the middle of a so-called violent situation. Biased Welshman, Resistance GB, subject access. I laugh at you because all this money that you're spending to do these fake events, and it's just so easy for me to destroy it. Don't even have to watch it that much, yeah? I can just destroy it. And look at him, Biased Welshman. Classic agent provocateur. Just there pointing, shouting, swearing. Dear, oh dear. There's a woman putting the bits of rubbish in. Go and keep it clean. Go on, Biased Welshman, you agent provocateur. Go on. Do your job. And it's funny how, innit, they've started doing this recently now. They've started making out like the police are getting run out of town, basically. They can't even manage to deal with this crowd, so they get run away, yeah? They're trying to show you that the police cannot offer anything, so therefore you might as well defund the police. That's exactly what they're trying to do. So again, to the person who left me a comment saying, yeah, we all know you proved about the crisis actors. Yeah, you proved that beyond the shadow of a doubt. But you got to point out what they're distracting from. And it's obvious what they're distracting from. Yeah, what's going on right now. But the whole point is they're trying to defund the police. Yeah, that's the main thing. Yeah, it's not rocket science. Okay, all you got to do is a bit of research, look into the agendas of all the people I've mentioned. And you will see that they literally want to defund the police. So just wake up, get your head out your ass. Don't write long-winded posts talking rubbish to me, yeah, because I can destroy what you're saying in a matter of seconds. Simple as that. And there was Tyrant Thunder as well. So again, Tyrant Thunder is connected to Subject Access as well. Tyrant Thunder is connected to Based Welshman as well. Yeah? So do you understand that these people are all on the same side? They make out like they're different media outlets, but they're all the same bloody thing, okay? They're the fake alternative media. They are the fake alternative media. FAM. Fake alternative media. And look top right hand side. You'll see Resistance GB and Subject Access. They're both laughing and smiling their ass off. Yeah? Now, again, if this was real, would they do that? No, they bloody wouldn't. What a joke. Go on, Tyrant Thunder, you provocateur. Go on. You started it! Shut up, you wimp. You're a pig farmer, mate. Shut up. Tyrant Thunder, the one who sends me like threatening messages at 7 AM on Sunday morning, like spamming me one after the other, and I proved this by showing you on my channel. So him pretending to be a Tyrant Finder is absolutely hilarious, mate. So look, you got two agent provocateurs there. You got Based Welshman, Biased Welshman, and you got Tyrant Thunder, both provocateuring, inciting, agitating. And who's this? To me, it looks like Nacho from Sit Down X. Would you agree? Take your freedom back. Take your freedom back. Shut up. Yeah, would you agree that's Nacho from Sit Down X? So, yeah, must be serious. Right, so now we've got someone else who's connected to Subject Access, Hi Cuckoo, basically shouting down the megaphone, again being a provocateur, an inciter. He's basically trying to put people in a trance, yeah? Trying to hype up a crowd. So just listen to the kind of things that he says. We are peaceful, you are violent, he says, as people that he's walking with start throwing projectiles. Look. Look. This is a joke, guys. You see what he's trying to do? He's trying to incite violence against the police. Just like your mate does, Spectrum. Shame on you, Hi Cuckoo. Shame on you, Spectrum. Shame on you, Resistance GB. Shame on you, Tyrant Thunder. Despicable people. Oh look, it's sodding Grey Bleeder. Yeah? So now you've got, in that shot, you've got Spectrum, you've got Resistance GB, and you've got Grey Bleeder. Now between those three, oh, and Based Welshman, between those four, you've got enough evidence to show you that A, they're all connected, and B, that they incite violence against the police. Grey Bleeder told everyone that they should be fighting the police. He told everyone that live on a protest that was in Bradford a few weeks ago. It was filmed and uploaded to YouTube, even though it's against YouTube rules of uploading content that incites violence against a specific group of people. That's exactly what you did when you uploaded it. And you know who I am. And you know who I am. Sorry. And you know who I'm talking about. Okay. So yeah, you know, wouldn't you know it? Grey Bleeder's there, and he was there on the Friday as well. It's just he seems to have so much money to be able to get transport here and back, and pay for his food and all this stuff. It's just, you know, he must have a decent wage somehow, Grey Bleeder. And also, you've got this big tall guy here. Oh, there's local experiment, who actually looks like he is an experiment. Who actually, and I'll show proof of this, who actually made it so that you couldn't talk on his live stream unless you paid to become a member. So you weren't allowed your freedom of speech or to even talk unless you'd paid money to become a member. Can you believe that? Go on, Grey Bleeder, you bumbling idiot. Anyone who defends Grey Bleeder, you're a wrong'un, mate. Anyone who defends Grey Bleeder, who actually incites violence against the police, you are a wrong'un. Do you understand? You're a wrong'un. And then what I think they personally do as well is I reckon they increase the volume of the crowd noise. They might even add more to it, because I don't personally believe that few people would make that much noise. And what they're trying to do here is they're trying to show you that the police again have lost control and they're being run out. Okay? And it's funny though, isn't it? It's funny how it's all the fake filmers, like Resistance GB, Biased Welshman, Subject Access, Tyrant Thunder, and then you got people like Grey Bleeder and Free Hugs. I mean, what a coincidence. I mean, something that looks fake, and then they're all there. I mean, what are the chances, guys? Yeah? And then they show this idiot here with the green shopping bag, yeah, hint, hint, aiming kicks at policemen, yeah? 1 second. So watch. Look there. See that? So the police, right? They run away, and then what do? Oh yeah, they decide that they're just going to stand there by this little sort of fence bit. Oh yeah, because that's going to work, innit? It's just a load of crap. And then I want you to see this big tall guy, right? So you see this guy here with the camouflage trousers? He's been spotted at so many events, it's untrue. Yeah, 26th of September. He's always there, this guy. And can you see who's to the right of him in the grey jumper and blue jeans? Yeah, that's right. Someone else that I made videos about who was there on the 26th of September, the 19th of September, also not long ago. Yeah, red Nike guy who I've made a video about, who was basically dressed in all red, stood behind police lines, filming other people dressed in all red, making out like he's just some normal protester, but I'm sorry, I don't believe you. So do you see now that the same people are present at the same dodgy looking events. Do you think that's a coincidence? Oh, here's someone else. And this one is connected to Tyrant Funder, believe it or not. Okay? So, let me just find him now, 1 second. There we go. So, you see this guy on the right-hand side with the sort of bushy beard next to the guy with the crazy green earring. Well, that is Tyrant Funder's mate, that is. But you know, to the normal person who isn't part of the agenda, he is basically an agent provocateur. We've got many videos of this guy inciting problems against the police all the way back 19th September, 26th of September, everywhere this guy gets. So yeah, another one, yet another one. Okay, so do you see that all these people are either connected to Tyrant Funder or suspect cash sex? Yeah? It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence, okay? And let me just say something, right? Let's say this was real, okay? Now, that guy in grey gets hit by the baton, yeah? It doesn't even look like it hurt him because he didn't recoil, didn't do anything to him whatsoever. But then what does he do? Oh, yeah. Yeah, he tries to get them to do it again by trying to grab their baton. Come on, mate. You stupid. Or is it just a staged event? Yeah? So he's already been hit, but then he puts his arms in there again, look, trying to get the baton. What a load of bollocks that is. There's biased Welshman there. Look at him shouting and screaming at the police like the agent provocateur that he is. Can't stand these people. I hope the Creator forgives you for what you've done, I really do. Oh, God. So I think in this sort of fake-looking event, there's possibly about 7 or 8 of the actors and fake filmers and journalists that I've exposed over the last 2 years. So, yeah.